In this video, we'll go through making a new guest reservation for someone that has not stayed at your business before. So let's go to New Guest. First is the How Found Out area. This is a list that you can adjust and set up to put in ways that you can track how people are finding out about your business. You have to save this separately. It's not stored with the reservation. So by hitting save, I've now logged that into the database, and when you run a report later on advertising effectiveness, you will be able to see how people are finding out about your business. Now, I next can select the type of rental space that I'm looking for. So it's a camp RV site in this case. Then notice the dates. There are drop downs for the dates. Let's select the 12th through the 14th. If I were making a seasonal reservation, these are some quick dates. For example, seasonals. If I click on this, it would fill in these dates to be the exact dates of this specific season. You might have like an annual rate. Someone is staying for the entire year. Then you can just click this and it would automatically fill in the dates. If I'm looking for one particular rental space, I would search for that rental space and put it in here and hit find, and it would say whether that rental space is available or not. Otherwise, you can narrow down the criteria. So let's say I can select by different types of sites that I want, or look to see if those rental spaces for, let's say if you have a lakefront sites and you set up only certain sites are named by that location, then it would only search those rental spaces. Can also look by hookup type. If I want to do electric water only, for example, in this case I'm just going to click it to any, and then the type of access that the rental space has. Also, you can narrow down to find only sites or rental spaces that accept certain rig types, for example motorhomes, and you set this up in your setup what's in this list, and certain lengths so that you don't accidentally put a too long of a motorhome, for example, on a site that doesn't fit it. So I'm going to hit 20. I'm going to find available sites, so now we can see what sites are available. Now notice the color coding. Color coding is a feature that we call the optimizer. It helps you to try to maximize the utilization of rental spaces if you want to do that. Let's say you're getting close to full and you're trying to get as many reservations for a certain period of time as you can. This yellow means that there is a reservation in the system that is due to check out the same day that this new reservation I'm creating is checking in. So that means if you were thinking visually on the grid, there would be a bar before it, and it's ending on the date that I'm creating this reservation for. If there was a perfect hole on that rental space in the grid, again, if you visually think of the grid for this one, in other words, if there was a reservation due in on, or that was checking in on the 14th, then and one before it that's checking out on the 12th, then there would be a line item on here for that rental space that is green. So that's how the maximizer works. And if you select those sites, then you're just trying to keep your campground or your business utilized as much as possible. But in this case, I don't care about that. I'm just going to select site rental space 3, for example. Oh, and by the way, down here you can view the grid to look at it. You can view the guest profile and look at details about each of these rental spaces. Let's create this reservation now. So I hit create reservation. So now I need to enter information about the guest. In this case, I'm just going to make up a guess. So this is Lincoln, Old Abe Lincoln, and I don't know his middle initial, but and there is zip code lookup. I'm just making up some numbers. Now I can save and edit the guest detail, or I can save and just continue and not go into the guest detail. But let's save and edit the guest detail. So now the guest profile has pulled up. I could add any more information that I would like to about his guest profile. In this case, I don't want to add anything else, so I'm just going to save and continue. Now the new reservation screen has been brought up. I just need to enter in the adults and children and select any additional or changes in rates that I want, but I'm just going to leave this basic now. You can see all of his rig information is filled out, his guest profile is filled in, and now I just hit save. And the new reservation has been created.